Born on January 5, 2002 in Butuan City, a relatively timber-laced town positioned on the map of northeast Mindanao. I was born, and my name is Lawrence Town. I was born to a Chinese father and Filipino mother. Tension was still relatively uneasing for my parents as social pressure dictates. Nevertheless, I was still raised by both of them with relentless effort. We didn't really start off stable. Income as pay was relatively low for two working teachers back in the days, as both my parents were college professors for Father Saturnino Orius Colleges, now known as Father Saturnino Orius University. Both under computer programming, though it was difficult, still they provided what I needed, and eventually it got to the point where the burdens were alleviated from the social pressures begotten by both sides of their family. Eventually, with help and support from those both sides, my parents were able to set up a stable job opening a carbon emission testing center, and being able to send me to school by the time I hit 2 years old. This is where my story begins. Though the sad part about this story is there isn't much to go about the younger parts of my youth, as I barely remember them and none of them were that memorable. Though I would say it was there I met my first friend, and he would still continue to be my best friend until this very day. Big changing points in my life begins before I hit high school. Oftentimes, I was picked on since first grade, and eventually I had enough, and on the 6th grade I eventually fought back. Everyone was at awe, as unlike others who chooses to, fight them mano a mano, I literally tried to take my bully's life. If it weren't for the bystanders stopping me, my bully would have been dead in the hospital. From then on, I was isolated by many. I was treated different. Eventually, halfway through high school, I would transfer. Eventually, make great friends with misfits like me. Then on, I would hang with them and make great connections. Eventually, I would make a relationship with one of them. And even with some downs along the way, to this day, we are still together and I love her as so. With that structured eventually, COVID hit and it wasn't very eventful. It was dull through the time. I get to chat with people though, in Discord, Messenger, etc. But in the end, it wasn't as interactive. I would go on more about my life, but due to time constraints, this is only I could shorten it. This is Lawrence. Till next time.